Okay, we're going to dive into using a program that you already have on your teacher MacBook, and that's called Quicktime. So there's a couple of ways to go ahead and find Quicktime. The first one would be to go up in the top right-hand corner and go ahead and click on the magnifying glass and just start typing Quicktime. And then that should open it up. If you don't want to do it that route, you can also click on the button that opens up all of the software and applications you have, and you can either search here for Quicktime, or you can know that it's kind of, again, it's one of those things that's just a part of your computer, and it's kind of buried. Otherwise, it's in this other folder, and it looks like that big Q there. So a couple of different ways. I use mine so much, and if you're a person that's thinking you're going to be making a lot of videos for your classroom and you're ready to start kind of getting into a more advanced option and you want to be able to just create and not think about your time limits and whatnot, and you'll fix that in post, you'll fix that in editing, then Quicktime might be the one for you. And so what I do is I just keep it down in my dock down here all the time. So the way to do that once you've used it is to right click on it and then go into options and just tell it check off the box that says keep in dock, and so then you don't ever have to lose it and look for it again. But we're going to be using Quicktime. So once you have Quicktime open, in order to do screencasting, you're just going to come up here to where it says file, and you're going to select new screen recording. And I'm actually doing a screen recording right now as I'm making this video for you. So mine's grayed out, but yours won't be. So you'll just go ahead and click new screen recording, and then it will show up as a box like this. And you're just going to go ahead and click. You can either click and drag to select a specific part of the screen that you want to record, or you can just go ahead and record your entire screen. Another thing to pay attention to is your audio. So you always want to double check before you hit the record button that your audio is actually on. Sometimes it defaults to the none option. So you're going to click the little down arrow here next to the record button and just make sure that the box or that the check mark is next to either built-in microphone, or if you have some other like Bluetooth microphone or you've plugged in a microphone of some sort, that is in fact selected. Otherwise, I can't tell you how many times I've recorded something where it didn't get my audio at all, and then you just have to start over. So always double check that. Okay, so one thing that you could do, instead of doing the entire screen, you could record just a small section. So that could mean maybe even if you had a slide deck that had like speakers notes that you wanted to be able to access, or you wanted to know what was coming next, you potentially could like drag and record just a very specific section of the screen. Or usually the way that I do it is that I usually will go to full screen mode, and I will swipe between, my main screen where I've started my newer screen recording. I'll swipe over and have this ready to go and just automatically get started. When I first started making videos, I wasn't really doing a ton of editing. So I'd have everything ready to go. Once I press record, then I'd have just this short little blip in the front end that maybe didn't have the slide deck showing right away, but it would take like less than a second, and I wasn't ever really super concerned about it. So I always get my teaching materials up. One thing you'll notice with this particular platform is you're not necessarily seeing a pop-up video of your face. There's a way to do that, but it takes a little bit more advanced editing because you basically would have to record two separate videos. Within Quicktime, you have the ability to, let me pull it back up again. Within Quicktime, you have the ability to do a movie recording, which would turn on your webcam and allow you to do a recording of your face. The audio recording obviously just records what you're speaking or saying. And then the screen recording literally is recording everything that you're doing on your screen right now. So unlike some of the other programs that will automatically turn your webcam on while you're recording, this doesn't necessarily do that. So it is a free program. It doesn't limit you in your time space, but it doesn't also give you some of the other pieces. Again, there's a way to do that. We'll talk about that in some of our PD offering. That's just something to keep in mind as maybe a possible negative. Okay, and once you're finished recording, what you're going to do is come up here to this little stop button is the best way I could describe it. Okay, once you press stop, it's going to automatically go to this window that's going to show you what you just recorded. So you can play that back at any time, and it will start showing what you've got. And then if you at any point exit out or click up here on the title, it will ask you if you want to save it or what you want to title it. And then that's how you'll be able to find it when you go to either share it to YouTube, share it to Google Drive, to then share it to your students via Seesaw or Canvas. All right, that's it. Thanks for joining me today.